Hello, and welcome to today's lesson on using a demonstration effectively. I'm going to show you how to use a demonstration to teach someone how to make or do something in a step-by-step process. This process will enable participants to see, feel, and participate directly in the learning process. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm going to state the purpose for using the demonstration method. Then I'll identify 5 steps for creating a successful demonstration activity, and then we'll participate in a demonstration activity. So why are we here? What is our purpose? The purpose of using a demonstration is to teach skills that are accessible to all types of learners. When people learn from demonstrations, they can pick up the actions and movements which aren't available from just being told verbally. Also, learners can use the technique that has been shown to them. This allows the correct technique to be seen and then put into practice. 5 steps for creating a successful demonstration. The first step is planning. Your demonstration may only take 10 minutes, but the time you spend planning those 10 minutes will determine your success or failure. Here are some questions to ask yourself and points to consider. Will my topic work as a demonstration? Pick a well-defined skill or activity that can be demonstrated in a short period of time. For example, showing how to make a sandwich is easier than explaining how to cook. Select a topic that can be easily broken down into illustrated steps that the audience can be successful at doing themselves. For example, you may be able to shoot a three-pointer with a basketball, but others may not find it as easy to do. Consider how much background your audience will need on your topic before you begin demonstrating. For example, if you're going to show them how to put a leash on a dog, you may need to first explain how to approach the dog and make it hold still. What is my audience going to look like? Plan your demonstration around the size of the group. Will you have a small group that you can cluster around, or will you need a large visual aid and a microphone to be seen and heard? Try to anticipate how much your audience may already know about the topic. Pick a skill level that you think will be high enough to hold their attention, but not so high that they can't keep up with you. What do I want to accomplish with the demonstration? Decide if the purpose of your demonstration will be to educate the audience on how to do something, inform them on how something works, or persuade them that one method works better than another. You can do all of these in one demonstration if you plan well. Think about what response you want from your audience. For example, do you want them to try a new skill or change an old way of doing something? Consider how much time you have, the skill level of your audience, and your own expertise. Number 2 is organizing. Once your initial planning is done, make a detailed outline or script for what you plan to cover in your demonstration and what visuals or props you will need for each step. A well-organized speech contains the following basic parts: an introduction, where you capture the audience's attention with a relevant story, quote, challenge, or other interesting remarks, and then explain what the demonstration will be about. The body. This is where you present a step-by-step procedure, explaining key points as you go along, and you can outline the steps by doing the activity or by writing the steps down as you go. And then finally, the conclusion, where this is where you will restate the purpose of your demonstration and then give brief summary of the steps. Number 3, choosing and using visual aids. Use visuals such as posters, slides, and overheads to help the audience understand the topic. Visuals can help the audience's attention, but don't overdo it. Too many visuals can be distracting. It's very important to practice your demonstration using your visuals. Keep them within reach and in order that you will present them. When you're done using each visual aid, set it aside so it doesn't distract from your next point. Make sure your visuals are attractive. that they are readable from the farthest distance they will be reviewed, and they highlight important points. Props may be helpful when realism is needed. Make sure that your props are practical for the setting you will be in. For instance, including your dog as part of a demonstration on pet grooming might make it more realistic, but you'll also need to think about any problems that might arise from bringing an animal into an unfamiliar situation. If you're planning to use electronic equipment, make sure that you have outlets available nearby and anticipate any replacement bulbs or batteries you may need. Have a backup plan in case your equipment fails. Number 4, deliver a great demonstration. Be enthusiastic. Dress for the part. Briefly introduce yourself, explaining your interest or special skills in the topic. Start with your opening, then get right into the action. Keep things moving, but don't rush. Know your subject and explain what you're doing as you do it. And then practice in advance. But if something doesn't go the way that you planned it in the final demonstration, just briefly explain what happened and continue. Speak clearly. If you must use noisy equipment like a blender, explain what you're doing before and after you use it. Don't try to shout over the noise. Stay within your allotted time. To show all the steps of a process, you may need to have materials ready to show in various stages. For example, like baking cookies. End your demonstration by showing the audience your finished product and letting them ask any questions. If you don't know the answer, just say so. Don't take a guess. Number 5, practice your demonstration. Assemble everything you need for your presentation and find some friendly volunteers to be your test audience, and then practice. Videotaping your practice demonstration is another good way to help you fine-tune it. Afterwards, ask yourself or your test audience, are my actions in logical order? Did I explain what I was doing while I was doing it? Did I give complete information? Are my visual aids effective? Did I keep to my time limit? Do I know enough about my topic to answer questions from the audience? Now that I have identified 5 steps for creating a successful demonstration, let's all participate in a demonstration activity.
Hello and welcome to today's lesson on how to make the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Did you know that on November 13, 2010, the world's largest peanut butter and jelly sandwich was made at the Great American Peanut Butter Festival in Grand Saline, Texas? The new record stands at 1,342 pounds. That's 720 pounds of bread, 493 pounds of peanut butter, and 129 pounds of jelly. Before we get started making our peanut butter and jelly sandwich, let's get out all the supplies we're going to need to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich. First, open up the bag and take out 2 slices of bread. Now, I prefer whole wheat as a healthier option, but since we're making the classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich today, we're going to use 2 slices of white Wonder Bread instead. The last 4 things that we're going to need to make the peanut butter and jelly sandwich are a jar of peanut butter, and you can choose your favorite. Today we have creamy and crunchy. You're going to need some jelly, a butter knife to help spread the peanut butter and jelly, and a plate to make the sandwich on. Next, take the 2 slices of bread and place them flat on the plate that you want to make sure that the slices are side by side. We're going to be putting peanut butter on the left side and jelly on the right side. Sometimes the lids on these peanut butter and jelly jars like to stick, so be sure to use your muscles, squeeze real tight so that you can get it to release and open. Next, take your knife, take a big heaping of peanut butter and spread it on the left side of your bread so that none of the white is showing. jelly. I have one of these nifty squeeze bottles of jelly, so we can just squeeze the amount of jelly that we want on the right side of the bread and take the knife and spread it out nice and evenly. The final step is to take the 2 slices of bread and stick them together so that both of the halves are facing one another. And voila, the perfect peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Thanks, Connor.
Now that I have stated the purpose for using the demonstration method in training, identified 5 steps for creating a successful demonstration activity, and performed a demonstration activity, you have completed training for using a demonstration effectively. Please join me in the Commons area for a questions and answers session about today's lesson and some yummy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.